She looked innocent, but she was collecting ransom for killers. It was a quiet morning in Taraba State. Nothing felt unusual, nothing looked suspicious until a woman dressed like an ordinary tailor walked calmly into a drop point and picked up a ransom payment. That moment changed everything. Because what security operatives uncovered next was not just about kidnapping, it was a deep connection to one of Nigeria's most feared and controversial criminal networks. Men of the 93 Battalion under the 6th Brigade of the Nigerian Army in Jalingo made a breakthrough arrest that would expose a hidden network of crime operating quietly in Taraba State. The suspect, 31-year-old Janet Iggoya, at first glance she looked harmless, but according to military authorities, she was far from it. She was arrested while collecting a ransom payment of 1,500,000 naira, meant for the release of an abducted victim. This operation was confirmed in an official statement by Lieutenant Olubodunde Oni, Acting Assistant Director of Army Public Relations for the 6th Brigade. But as investigators began digging deeper, Janet's story became darker than anyone expected. To understand the weight of this case, you need to understand one name: Terwase Akwaza, better known as Ghana. For years, Ghana was one of the most feared militia leaders in Benue State and surrounding regions. He was linked to mass killings, kidnappings, armed attacks, cattle rustling. His name alone was enough to send fear through entire communities. The Benue State government once placed a 50 million naira bounty on him, but Ghana was not just seen as a criminal. To some people, he was something else: a protector, a Robin Hood figure, especially in his hometown of Beji. That contradiction made him even more dangerous. On September 8, 2020, Ghana's story came to an end, or at least that's what was officially reported. The Nigerian army stated that he was intercepted at a roadblock near Yandev in Boko and killed during a gunfight. But not everyone believed that version. Local leaders and state officials claimed something very different. They said Ghana was on its way to surrender for a second amnesty program organized by the Benue State government. They claimed he was unarmed and that his death was not a gunfight but an execution. That controversy remains unresolved to this day. Now back to Janet Iggoya. During interrogation, she made shocking revelations. She wasn't just connected to criminals, she was deeply embedded in their world. She confessed that she was currently married to Vorio Gata, a notorious criminal and former second in command to Ghana. But that was not all. Her past told an even darker story. She admitted that she had previously been married to Takibi Jemaga, also known as Mopol, a notorious kidnapper who was killed by troops about 5 years ago, and even Ghana himself. Yes, the same Ghana whose name terrified communities. Janet had been married to him. One after the other, every man she chose was a known criminal. According to people who knew her, this was not a coincidence. In her community, Janet lived a completely different life. She stayed in a modest-faced me-I-faced-you apartment. She worked as a tailor. She smiled. She greeted people. She blended in. No one suspected anything. To neighbors, she was calm, respectful, and hardworking. But behind that simple life was a dangerous secret. Residents later revealed something strange. They had never seen her with a normal man. Only men with reputations, violent men, feared men, and according to her own confession, she preferred it that way. She said she felt more comfortable with hard and dangerous men than with decent ones. That preference pulled her deeper into a world of crime. On January 25, 2024, security forces received intelligence extremist groups were planning to collect ransom payment from families of kidnapped victims. The drop location was identified. Troops were deployed quietly to the area around Chenchaji. They waited, watched, and stayed hidden. Then at about 10 o'clock a.m., she appeared. Janet Iggoya, unaware that she was being watched, she approached the drop point, picked up the ransom money, and walked straight into a trap. She was arrested immediately. No struggle, no escape. That moment ended her role in the operation. After her arrest, things moved quickly. Under pressure, Janet broke. She began to talk, and what she revealed led security forces straight to the kidnappers' hideout. A joint team of police and military operatives mobilized immediately. When they arrived, they discovered a hidden base. Inside were rifles, ammunition, knives, and other weapons, evidence of organized criminal activity. The operation escalated fast. Some suspects were arrested on the spot. Others tried to escape but failed. The area was surrounded, no way out. In the end, the entire hideout was destroyed, set ablaze, wiped out completely. At the same time, another dangerous figure was captured, a suspected gun runner named Joshua Dutse Ida. He was tracked to Ibi town in Taraba State while traveling toward Castina. His mission to supply weapons. He was arrested inside a blue Volkswagen Sharon vehicle. During interrogation, he confessed. He said he was heading to collect AK-47 rifles and had already received a payment of 300,000 naira. A search of his vehicle revealed one PK machine gun, 399 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition, 3 AK-47 magazines. This confirmed what authorities feared. The network was not just local, it was part of a larger supply chain. In another operation, troops in Mararaba, Baisa, Danga local government area arrested 2 more suspected gun runners. They were linked to extrajudicial killings, cattle rustling. They were caught with 664,000 in cash, 2 mobile phones, money believed to be proceeds from illegal activities. And the arrest didn't stop there. On February 7, 2024, troops of the 20 Model Battalion captured another suspect, 50-year-old Malam Mohamadu Shahibu, a man who had been on the run. Investigations confirmed that he had previously escaped arrest. After 3 Dane guns were recovered from his residence, this time he wasn't lucky. The Nigerian army has made one thing clear: they are determined to dismantle every criminal network operating in Taraba State. But this case leaves behind a disturbing question: how many more people are living double lives? How many more ordinary faces are hiding dangerous secrets? Because Janet Iggoya looked like someone you could trust, but behind that calm appearance was linked to a deadly world of crime, ransom, and violence. And for many families affected by kidnapping, that reality is one they will never forget.